So what we're looking at today is a Revell Snap Tight 2017 Ford F150 Raptor. The Raptor is actually a four-wheel drive. Um, it has a lot of special suspension parts and things that a regular F-150 won't have. Um, and I'm sure it has other enhancements that I didn't write down and I don't know off the top of my head. But I had bought a resin trans kit for it from a company called 81, like the number 81, but they spell it all out, EIGHTYMONE, or 01, yeah, ONE. And I don't see that they have a website anymore. However, I did see them come across as being on Facebook. Maybe they're on YouTube. I forgot to look. So anyway, it comes with different parts. It comes with the fender flares for all the way around, and it comes with this piece here, an all new lower valance on here. It also comes with custom wheels, but one of mine, they're all these parts are made out of resin, not 3D printed, just resin. And on mine, when I was trying to get the tire on the rim, I broke one of the rims, so I was unable to use those. So I just went ahead and used the rims that come with the truck. Now, that's the easy part because these parts, when I glued them on, they fit absolutely 100% perfectly. The only thing is on the front one, you do have to cut some of the part off here on the stock truck and remove the lower part to get this piece on. So that does require some cutting and some modification. One thing I also did to this truck, which is not necessary as far as making the truck, but I decided I didn't want the stock, since this is more of a custom, I didn't want the stock Ford grille. So I wanted to change it so it would have some kind of mesh in there. So I started looking for something or material to make the mesh out of. And one day I was in an Office Depot and I saw that there was some kind of small rack to hold, like on a piece of something that sits on a desk to hold like envelopes or something like that. And it just so happened to be made out of this wire mesh. It was very inexpensive. It was probably on clearance or something like that. So I bought it, I brought it home, and I cut the wire mesh out of that and then shaped it and then put it in the grill like you see it here. I had to cut out around, I kept the opening to put in the model, but then the inside, and in these two bars, I believe I put those on and I put the mesh on. So anyway, it does not look like the stock Ford grill, which is what I was going for. I did these in yellow because some of the race cars, I guess when it's raining or something, I'm not sure, they use this color lenses, and I thought those were cool for racing, so that's what I did. I bought a roll of vinyl wrap, and it looks like carbon fiber, so I took a piece of plastic and covered it in that and just installed it over the top of the bed. Nothing unusual. I did tint the windows in the back here, and the moonroof, I tinted them blue. I used transparent clear. Blue clear was probably Tamiya. So it was probably that. It could have been Tester's clear blue, but I doubt it, even though I do have that. I think I put the decals on here, and those are probably off of a Revell C7 Corvette, I'm going to guess. But I have seen these decals aftermarket elsewhere, probably on eBay or something. So there are companies that do make them. So now this being a 4x4, and it just so happens I have the regular kit here. I have another one to build. This one I will probably do as a stock Raptor. This kit it's a very good kit. Even though I modified it, everything as far as the kit goes, the stock parts, they all fit with no problem whatsoever. So, but it's going to be a 4x4, so it's going to sit up high. And this truck rolls, so it's on metal axles, and it easily rolls. So it's a good kit in a sense that nobody else makes a modern F-150. Even though this is a Raptor, they don't make a modern F-150 model kit. And there's not much on here that's going to say, except that says Raptor there. But if you paint over that, for most of it, maybe this piece on the back here, this spoiler type thing, it's not going to look much different than a stock F-150. Because all the Raptor parts are all suspension and based and stuff like, as far as the differences. The major differences would be the suspension, and you can see that this being a snap kit, it's almost nothing there. But what I did on this truck was I lowered it as low as I could get it with the wheels fitting correctly. And oh, interesting. It wants to put itself together. Oh, I see. So it's connected already here in the back. So we need to look at this and this part. So you can see from here that the axle goes all the way up into the, well, I'm sorry, I got it upside down. You can see that there's a lot of play for the axle. So when you put this on the ground, you set it on the ground, and this is in there. 1 second, because I can't see because of the camera. When you put this piece in there, okay, here you see it, and it's covering up that V groove there. And what's in there is that piece there. So if you want to lower it, if you want to raise the axle up higher in this V groove, you have to cut this to allow the axle to slide up. Okay? They do the same thing on the back. It does the same thing on the back. That black plastic piece sticking out there goes where the V groove is. And by modifying that, I use a Dremel tool and probably some side clippers, like much bigger than these, but side clippers bigger than these. Or I may have used the small ones to do some fine trimming. But you're gonna do the same thing. The axle can only come up as far as this piece here. So the more that you cut off, the higher the axle will go up in that V groove, and the lower you can lower the truck. So you just want to make sure that you do like a little bit at a time on both of them, because once you go past where you can lower it, the wheel's going to touch inside the body, or it'll be interfered by something else, and then it won't be correct. But as long as you take your time and you do that, you'll be able to, you can easily, in a few minutes, just take your time, a little bit at a time, of shaving it down. You'll be able to lower this truck in just a few minutes, and you'll be able to get it to set low. And I don't know that you can see, I don't think you can see that on here, because it's inside that V groove. So you really can't see it. And it doesn't really matter that much, because on these trucks, there's nothing on the bottom as far as detail goes. And nobody's going to look under there anyway, for the most part. And in that sense, if you ever wanted to build a modern F-150, but you're like, well, I don't want to build a Raptor because, it's not a 4x4, or it sits too high, the wheels are too big, or whatever the issue is, you can easily lower this truck. And it's they used to be inexpensive. I don't know how much they are now, but I mean, it's got an interior, it's got the bed, it doesn't have an engine. Let's see, I believe, now you're not going to have to modify the grill and everything like I did. You could do that if you want to, but I had to do it to get that resin piece on the front. Of course, the tailgate has big letters of Ford on it. And then this piece, this is a grill for the front, which also has big letters that say Ford. And how about that? The windows are already, at least the front windshield is already masked. Huh? Is that sweet or what? And the truck comes with a top sunroof. And then you get the 4 big tires, and then you get some axles with those. I'm trying to find, oh, there's this piece here. So 1 second, I'm going to check I put some of the carbon fiber decal stuff on that also. I bought a whole big roll of it, and from what I remember, it's made for real cars, but I use it for other things too, other than this truck. It just so I happen to have it, and rather than paint the bed cover, I just thought it would look cooler like that. Some people say, oh, it's not in scale, you know, and it's like, it's carbon fiber. It doesn't matter. There's no such thing as scale. There's big weave, thin weave, wide weave. Makes no difference. So I am looking to see. Oh yeah, that piece does exist. Here it is. It is this piece right here. I'm sorry. Right behind the Ford is that piece right there. And you can see that it has like louvers on it. So that's all the parts that you need. If you wanted to, without the louvers, and you wanted to get crazy, you could probably find some room in there, you know, and just, you know, you could put a couple Legos in there, put a faceplate in there, put a blower on top of that, and have it sticking out of the hood. Nobody can see the engine anyway. So, you know, it'd be like one of those cars in the movies where they, you know, they have a GMC blower on top, and yeah, it's the you know, the blower's spinning with a belt, but that belt's connected to a tiny electric motor under the hood. It's not even connected to the engine, and the engine's actually just running out of a single two barrel. So, you know, it's similar to Mad Max, or if you watched some of the other shows, they do the same thing. So I just wanted to mention this because I recommend taking a second, if you like Ford pickup trucks and you're looking for something modern, or you just want a lower one, I recommend taking a second look at this model. They're not much money. You probably don't even have one. It's, you know, it's a Snap kit, and I never even looked at it. But now you know. These axles are pretty thick. I don't know that you could get another wheel off that on there, but to be honest, let me see if I can get it off. Yep, I got it off. So you could either get another piece of plastic that's like this, or another wheel that has that, or you could take your Dremel tool, Dremel the rest of this wheel off of that piece right there. Take that small piece, glue it to the back of the wheel that you want to use, and then put it right back on this axle. So I think that you will find that this could be a pretty cool truck. I never really see any of them built. And even though this one has, my blue one has fender flares, and this actually has, you know, some fender on it, a little bit. They're not much, but they do stick out a little bit. But even though this is a little more than that, or you could buy the trans kit if they're still selling them and they're still in business, you could have a good time building this kit. So I just wanted to mention that. This is a short video, but all I'm saying is take a second look at it. Now there's two Snap F150s. This is the one, it says 2017 on the box. Revell makes another Snap F150. It's red on the box, but it does not say 2015, and it's actually a different model kit. So, and you can see I bought this for like $13 at Ollie's. Because I'd already built my blue one, and I knew, oh, that's a deal because I want to build a stock Ford F-150. So there you go. But just be aware that there's two of them. This is the one that you want. I don't know anything about the other one. I never bought one before, but I'm happy with these. So, and I think this one here, I'm not sure what color I'll paint it, but I'm sure it'll be something when I get around to it. It's just another project. So there you go. That's the scoop on that kit, and I recommend checking it out. See what you think. If you got one in your stash, take it out of the box. Check out how you can easily lower it, and I think you'll enjoy it. Thanks.